What are some of the key things that will provide the most leverage in terms of getting the valuation that a business owner is looking for, or even getting maybe a much higher multiple than current industries or industry standards, I should say?
So we've talked about a couple of them. What is someone buying when they're buying a business? They're buying a cash flow stream effectively. Yep. And and what they want to know is that when the business changes hands, that pattern of cash flow, whether it be growth or neutral or declining, I'm not going to buy that, but if let's say you've been growing at 10% a year, nice, it doesn't matter, but whatever the number is, they want to know that when they buy it, if they don't do anything, that it will keep growing at 10% a year. Nothing will change. Now, if they've got that, they'll go, I'll give you a fair number for it. And the way they'll figure out the valuation is a combination of the profit and a multiplier of that profit. And the multiplier of that profit is the representation of risk. If that trend, that 10% or whatever the number is trend is at risk, and they go, as soon as it changes hands, that if we don't do anything, that's going to change and drop, then they'll give you one or two. They'll give you a low multiple. If they go, hey, look, we're going to buy the business and that 10% is going to continue. We don't have to do a thing all day long. That owner walks away tomorrow. We buy the business tomorrow. That number continues as is, no risk. They'll pay you a lot more for that, right? Because there's no risk to their investment. Now, that's how a buyer looks at the business. They go, oh, let me look at the cash flow. Let me look at what's going to happen when the business changes hands. How risky is that? The seller's going, well, I've been working in this business for 20 years. It owes me this much. Or they're going, hey, I need this much for my pension to live the lifestyle and fund the lifestyle that I want. So therefore, I'll sell the business for this much. It's the buyer that determines value. The seller determines price. The buyer determines if they'll pay that price. And if you haven't got the price right, then you got no hope. You're dreaming. So what they need to be doing is going, let me talk to someone to get a valuation of my business, an independent valuation. Don't get a valuation from someone who wants to sell your business because they've got a vested interest in giving you a nice seductive number. Get a valuation from someone like ourselves who are not interested in selling your business. We just want to make it sellable. We'd have no role to play in the actual selling of your business. And we'll show you we won't just give you a valuation, we'll give you a full insights report, which will show you, it'll go, look, here's the valuation, but that's on the last page. And we know that you always go to the last page of a consultant's report anyway. But what will it provide in the report? We'll go, we did some due diligence on your business, just like a buyer would, but we're documenting it all here. Here's all the stuff we looked at, and here's all the answers we came up with, and here's the risk we see associated with those numbers. Red flag, green flag, red flag, green flag, and here it all is. And if that's a red flag and that's going to cost you, make that green, it's going to impact your valuation. And there's basically just a whole list of data there, information for you to see, because we want you to understand how a buyer's looking at the valuation of your business. Now, in that report, it'll go, based on this business of the information of your business today, your business would be valued at X. And now we did some research. Now, if you are operating at best practice financials, you're really efficient. Here's the increase in valuation. If you're already operating at best practice, you're not going to get that step of increase available. Now we go, here's all the things that you can do to improve the profitability of your business. Improve the profitability, mathematically, your valuation goes up. Now, if we started working on all the intangible side of your business and worked on the intangible assets, that's going to reduce the risk and increase the likelihood of your business growing without specific input day in, day out, because you've got all the systems, you've got all the levers to pull. Now you start working on those, and with a bit of luck as well, you'll be attractive to a strategic buyer. Now, strategic buyers are going to go, well, hey, look, I love this business. It's going to plug into our business really well. Well, it's worth more to us to buy it than to build something ourselves. So they're all the things that you want to look at to improve the valuation of your business. And this, we're talking like brand and systems and owner dependence and structures and client loyalty and staff loyalty and all these sorts of things. Any IP you've got, all the things that just make the business work like clockwork.
Do you see any specific industries that are prone to sell more often than others? Other than, I don't mean that in terms of like, listen, most AI today is just automation rebranded. That's fine. So minus trendy and hype. Not to say AI isn't as revolutionary as it's being said. That's not what I'm saying. But minus, I think you know what I'm saying, right? The general trends of markets. Outside of that, do you see industries that are just more prone to sell? There's always buyers. There's always interest in them than others?
Nothing comes to mind quickly, but as soon as we finish the conversation, I'll be going, I should have said that. um, look, there's no business industries that come to mind that I go, restaurants, I guess, turn over, fairly often, but you always get some good restaurants and some bad restaurants. But, trades tend to hang around a while. A lot of SME businesses, there's nothing that comes to mind as a particular industry that turns over more.
What's going on, guys? If you like that clip right there, you will love the full interview. You can check that out right there. I'll see you on the next video. Oh, and subscribe because we got a lot of big things coming up in the near future.